and welcome to Chair Yoga. My name is Debbie Mormon, and this class is brought to you by Family Care Health Centers in St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome. I hope you are all feeling good today. It's kind of rainy here, but it's April, so we're experiencing those April showers. So please remember to always listen to and respect your body and only move in ways that feel safe for you. A stretching sensation or muscle fatigue is normal, and we want that. We don't want any sharp or burning pain, so if you're experiencing anything like that, please stop doing what you're doing. And remember, just because I say to do something doesn't mean you have to do it. This is your practice. Please accommodate your body in any way that's necessary. It's perfectly fine to sit and watch for a little while if you get tired, or pause it and come back later. Anything goes here. So we'll take a minute to get centered to start with. So find an easy seated position and feel your feet firmly rooted into the ground. Lengthen the spine, soften the shoulders down, away from the ears. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. And just take a minute to allow your attention to land within the body and on the breath. Setting aside any worries, problems, concerns that you might be having in your life right now, knowing that they'll still be there in a while when we're finished with our practice, and we can pick them back up and perhaps be better able to cope with those challenges, to maybe see those challenges from a different angle. After taking some time to join the mind, the body, the spirit. If you'd like to set an intention for your class today, this would be a great time to do that. So an intention is any characteristic or quality that you would like to see more present in your life. It might be mindfulness, it might be gratitude, perseverance. I tend to choose the first thought that comes into my mind, trusting that my intuition knows what I need more of. So keep that intention present in your mind's eye throughout the practice today, especially when you notice things feel hard for you. When things are hard, we do more of what's right, and that's focusing on our intention or on our breath. So we'll do some pranayama. We'll do 4 rounds of 4, 7, 8 breathing. So we inhale through the nose for a count of 4. We hold the breath for a count of 7. And then we elongate the exhale for a count of 8. So I'll count you through the first 2 rounds, and then we'll take the second 2 rounds in silence. So go ahead and let all your breath out. Slow inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale out the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more rounds like that. 4, 7, 8. we're finished, just resume normal breathing. If this is a new practice for you, you may find yourself a little lightheaded or dizzy here. That's okay. Please know that the more you practice 4-7-8 breathing, the more benefit you get from it, and the less dizzy it makes you feel. All right. So gently blink open the eyes. We're going to scooch towards the front edge of our seat, and we're going to bring our arms so the arms are bent, the elbows are toward the side like we're holding a tray of cookies. That's kind of what I'm thinking today. So from here on an inhale, we're going to keep the elbows bent, but just bring the elbows forward, and then we're going to bring the elbows out wide and back, and then down to our tray position. So this is really trying to warm up our shoulders. So on an inhale, we bring the elbows up and forward, out, and then on an exhale, they come back and down, back to the starting position. And we'll flow a few more times like that. Inhale as you come up and out. Exhale as the elbows come back and down, and then right back into the starting position. Keep the shoulders soft as you flow through this circular motion. Couple more. Last one. Good. Release the hands. And we're just going to inhale and draw the shoulders up by the ears. And on an exhale, soften the shoulders back down. So it's one more. Good. So we'll start loosening up the spine a little bit with our cat-cow. So on an inhale, arch the back, draw the shoulder blades together, the chin lifts, and on an exhale, round the back, scoop out the belly, widen the shoulder blades, and your chin drops. And then you just find your flow. So inhale for cow, and exhale for cat. Couple more. Good. Come on, back up to neutral. And we'll take a side bend. So we're going to first extend the arms straight out to the side. The palms are up. And on an inhale, we're going to bring the arms up overhead and the palms touch. And on an exhale, we take a side bend over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, the arms come out to the side and wide again. Inhale, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, arms open out to a T. Inhale, palms touch overhead. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, arms extend wide. Last time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, arms extend wide. And release the arms. All right, our final movement of the spine is a twist. So let's inhale, arms overhead. And on an exhale, left hand to the outside of the right knee, the right hand reaches back. Inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the low belly in, and exhale, deepen into your twist any amount. We want to focus on keeping the spine long and straight and allow the breath to flow deeply even though we're in a twist and things feel constricted. If you're not able to get that full breath, back out of your twist a little bit so that you can achieve the full deep breath. On your next exhale, just gently untwist the body. And then we'll inhale the arms back up by the ears. And on an exhale, we now twist to the left. So the right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand reaches for the back of the chair or your hip. Check in with your neck. Does it feel okay to look over the left shoulder? If not, take the gaze to the left wall or keep it forward. Lengthen the spine. Deepen your twist. And breathe. Maybe call to mind your intention for your practice today. And on an exhale, go ahead and gently untwist. And we're going to take the hands are going to grab opposite elbows or wrists behind your back. So if your shoulders are tight, you may grip your fingers, you may grip your wrists, or grab opposite elbows. It doesn't matter. As long as the shoulder blades are drawn together, you're doing it perfect. So we'll take our neck stretch while our arms are behind our back. So go ahead and drop the right ear to the right shoulder and take a few rounds of breath. Good. Inhale the head back upright and exhale left ear to left shoulder. And inhale the head back upright. And on an exhale, drop the chin to the chest. And gently release the head back up and release your grip, whatever that was, behind your back. And we'll take 3 shoulder rolls in each direction. So the shoulders come forward, up by the ears, back and down. Big, slow movements with the shoulders. And then take your shoulders rolls forward. Release the hands, release the shoulders. So we're going to come back into that tray position like we started with. So the elbows are bent, palms are faced up, the elbows are hugged in by your ribs. And really spread your toes and feel rooted through your feet. We're going to drop the chin slightly and just notice the breath here. And then we're going to add some arms to this. So we're going to extend the arms straight forward, palms are up. And then we inhale the arms up overhead, so the elbows are by the ears. And then we're going to flip the palms forward, and on an exhale, they lower all the way down by the hips. And then we come back to our starting tray position, right? So we're inhaling the arms forward, up by the ears, palms go forward, exhale, lower all the way down. And that's our flow. So inhale forward and up, Exhale, flip the wrists and lower the arms down. So the arms are strong and active here. So imagine being grateful to be alive today as you flow through this nice meditative arm movement. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, palms down as you lower the arms. Chin is staying tilted a little bit forward. Couple more. Good. All right, so we're going to bring the palms together in front of our heart center, our center of gratitude. And we're going to take the arms straight out to the side, so palms are up. Inhale, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands draw back to heart center, right? So inhale, arms extend wide to a T, palms up, and then they come up overhead. And on the exhale, hands draw to heart center. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Couple more. And take a minute with the hands at the heart center. Lower your gaze or close your eyes and just take a minute to connect with your intention. And release the hands. So we're going to do some flowing in a forward fold. So it's kind of like a half sun salutation. So we're going to inhale the arms up by the ears, and on an exhale, the hands can either travel down the legs to land in a forward fold. Maybe the forearms come to the knees, and this is your forward fold. That's perfect, wherever you are. And then inhale, hands to the knees or the shins, and we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again. And then inhale, either the hands help the torso upright or the arms go wide with the flat back all the way up to our starting position. Good, release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the waist to find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root down through the hips and the feet to raise the torso all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do 3 more. Two more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, flat back all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Great. All right, so we're going to move into a seated warrior 2. So let's bring both knees over to the right of our chair. So we're facing our right side wall. The left butt cheek is kind of hanging off the chair, and you have the option of bringing the left knee forward and then trying to bring the hips a little bit toward your front wall. And this may be your warrior 2, just like this. That's perfect. Otherwise, you can extend that left leg back Maybe the left knee stays bent and this is your warrior two, or maybe the left leg extends straight. Doesn't matter, but we're coming into our warrior two. And again, we're going to bring the arms to our tray position. So the elbows are bent and tucked in by the ribs. And we're going to do sort of a similar flow. So we're going to inhale, the arms extend forward, palms up. They come out to the side, palms flip over, and we come back to our tray. So inhale, arms extend forward, out to a T. They wrap around, back to our tray. Two more. Good. Extend the arms out to a T. Gaze over the right fingertips. Soften the shoulders. Check to make sure the shoulders are over the hips. We tend to want to go forward here. Keep the shoulders over the hips. And release the arms. If the left leg is straight, go ahead and re-bend it. We're going to bring both knees forward. We'll take a little bit of a back bend. So we're seated towards the front edge of our chair. The hands are going to reach back for the back of the chair, and we're going to lean forward. Just to kind of reset the spine. Good. Pull yourself back upright. And we'll take that warrior two flow on the left now. So both knees come to face the left side wall. Right butt cheek now hangs off the chair a little bit. And we either bring a bent right knee to point towards the front of the room, or that left leg extends back, either with the toes curled under and the right knee bent, or the right leg straight and your right foot's parallel to your right side wall. Good. Hips are squared toward the front of the room. Inhale the arms up for warrior two. And then we'll take our flow. So the elbows come in. We're holding our tray of cookies. And we're going to inhale, arms go forward, extend out wide, and circle back around to land in our tray pose. Extend them out, circle them back and around. Two more. Good. Back to our warrior two with our arms extended out to the sides. Gaze over the left fingertips. Make sure the shoulders are over the hips. Soften the shoulders. Feel your strength. And gently release out. Rebend the right leg if it's straight. And we'll come forward. And we'll take some leg lifts. So I'm going to hold on to both sides of my chair, and I'm just going to inhale, lift the right knee, exhale, inhale, exhale, lower the right knee. So inhale the left knee, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we're holding the leg lifts a little bit here. Inhale, left knee lifts, exhale, inhale, exhale. And just find your flow like that. Keep the spine as straight as possible. Keep going. Last time to each side. going to challenge ourselves by trying to lift both knees. Right? So you may want to scoot back a little bit more in your chair, and it may actually be helpful to hold on to the back or the sides of the chair. So we're going to inhale, lift both knees if possible, or just continue alternating knees. And same thing, inhale, exhale, exhale, they lower back down. So lower the knees, and we'll do it together. So inhale, both knees lift if possible. Exhale, inhale, exhale, the feet lower to the earth. Let's take 2 more. This one's a challenge. Good. Last one. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, they lower, and just bounce the legs, shake the arms. And we'll take a wide leg forward fold. So I brought a block. I forgot to mention a block can be helpful if the earth feels far away for you in a wide leg forward fold. So maybe you put it on the high setting, which is this. My camera kind of blocks it out. But we're going to extend the legs wide, this time with straight knees. If you want, you can always take a wide leg forward fold with bent knees, feet on the floor. Either one is perfect. I'm going to extend my legs straight, and we're going to kind of tilt the pelvis forward. And we're going to inhale the arms up overhead. And on an exhale, we hinge at the waist to come to find our block. So my feet are flexed. The toes are reaching up to the sky. So only my heels are touching if the legs are straight. So you can play with this. Maybe you stay on the high setting of your block, or if you have a footstool or something, or you can do the medium setting, which is this, or the low setting, which is this, or don't use a block at all and the hands reach the floor. Or maybe the hands come to the ankles. Wherever you are, let the head hang heavy in your wide leg forward fold. And connect with your breath. Taking a little rest here before we challenge ourselves again with leg reaches. So savor this rest. Good. Then maybe the hands help the torso come back upright. And we'll rebend the knees and bring the knees together in front of us. So we're going to do those leg reaches I promised. So again, we're going to hold on to either the seat of the chair or the sides of the back of the chair. I'm going to hold on back there. So this time we're going to bring both knees in towards the chest on an inhale, and on an exhale we shoot both legs out straight, and then inhale they come back to the chest, and exhale they lower down. All right, so we'll flow like that. So inhale, both knees to the chest. Exhale, the legs shoot forward. Exhale, they come back into the, inhale back into the chest. And exhale, they lower down. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, the legs reach out. Inhale, back to the chest. Exhale, they lower down. We're going to do 2 more. And again, shake it, bounce it. That's a big one. All right, let's come to stand. And we'll take a standing figure 4. So options here are to face the seat of your chair. We root down through the left foot and bring the outer edge of the right foot to the chair. And we let the right knee fall out to the right. So this is a perfect version. We're just trying to loosen up the right hip. If you'd like more of a challenge, you can face the back of the chair and bring that right foot up to the back of the chair. If you're doing this, we want to make sure the right foot is flexed. And we're breathing into the right hip. Option to stay right here, or you can try to find any kind of forward fold over that right leg. So if we're facing the seat of the chair, we could reach for the back of the chair or the seat. As long as you're feeling some sensation in the right hip, you're doing it great. Gently come back up if you were folded forward, and then release the left foot or right foot, and we'll take that on the other side. So again, root down through the right foot, the outer left foot comes to the seat of the chair, and the left knee falls out to the left. Or if we're facing the back of the chair, the lower left leg comes to the seat of the chair, left foot's flexed. Stay upright, or maybe you find a forward fold, any amount over the left leg. Just showing you all the different ways you can fulfill the intention of this pose. Good. If you're folded forward, go ahead and come back upright. And then nice and easy, release the left foot. We'll take a big hamstring stretch here. So we're going to set the right foot on the seat of the chair, and that right foot is flexed. Right leg is towards straight if that works for you. And we're going to inhale both arms up by the ears, and on an exhale, we're going to hinge at the waist, either grabbing the back of the chair, or maybe the hands come to the chair. Maybe that doesn't happen at all and you don't fold forward. That's fine. As long as you're feeling some sensation in the back of the right leg, you're fulfilling the intention of the pose. Let the head hang heavy. Directing the breath to the back of the right leg. Keeping a strong flex in the right foot. Imagining you're drawing the pinky edge side of the right foot towards the torso. We hold the hamstring stretches a little bit longer because it's kind of a stubborn muscle and it wants to take its time softening. Good. Then go ahead and bend into the right knee a little bit to release the right foot. Come on back upright if you were folded forward. And maybe bend the knees a little bit. Shake the hips a little bit. And we'll take that on the other side. So now we root down through the right foot. Left heel comes to the seat of the chair. The left foot is strongly flexed. And the left leg is any amount towards straight. Inhale, arms up by the ears. Exhale, hinge at the waist to grab the back of the chair. Maybe. Maybe the hands find the seat of the chair, maybe not. Head hangs heavy wherever you are in this pose. Breathing into the back of the left leg and keeping a strong flex in the left foot. Another example of how to use the block would be to put the block at the highest setting up on your chair to find your forward fold this way, if the chair feels too far away for you. Keep breathing into the back of the left leg. Maybe call to mind your intention that you set at the beginning of your practice today. Nice. And then go ahead and bend into the left knee and release the left foot to the floor. Come on up to stand. And we'll work on building some strength in our ankles, help our focus with tree pose, our balancing portion of the program today. So I'm standing with my right hip closest to the chair, and my right hand is holding on to the chair for support. I'm going to root down through the four corners of the right foot, so that's the big toe mound, little toe mound, inner and outer heel. And I literally imagine there's roots growing down to the floor. And I find a little spot to stare at a few feet in front of me, a still point, to help with my focus. And then I'm going to bend the left knee and kick the left knee out to the left. And the left foot is in a kickstand position, so it's providing some stability for me. You can keep holding on, or maybe take the arms out or hands in prayer and play with your balance here. Other options for tree pose is the sole of the left foot to the right calf. Again, keeping the left knee pointing towards the left side wall. And then you can play with your balance here, but keep staring at the spot in front of you. Or the left foot comes to the right inner thigh. All trees are beautiful. So whatever version of tree pose you're in right now, it's perfect. And as you either lighten your grip on the chair as you play with balance, you may fall out of your tree pose. That's fine. We just get back in. Every time you fall out and get back in, you're building strength, you're building endurance. But each time, root that right foot, find your spot to stare at. More of a challenge is staring at a spot up a little bit higher than the floor, but that's kind of a big challenge. All the wobbles are necessary. Good. Right hand grabs the chair if it hasn't already. Release the left foot, bring the left knee forward, and then release it back to the earth and shake out the right leg, the leg you are standing on. And we'll switch to the other side. So now my left hip is close to the side of the chair. My left hand is holding on to the back of the chair. Root down through the four corners of the left foot. Find your drishti, or your little spot to stare at. Bend the right knee kicks out to the right. We land in kickstand. You can play with your balance here, and those right toes can kind of help steady you like a kickstand does, right? Or the right foot comes to the left calf. We just want to avoid putting our right foot on our knee. Your knee does not like that. Or right foot to the left inner thigh, and we challenge our balance on our left leg. It's not uncommon for one side to be either easier or more challenging than the other. Keep staring at your drishti. Draw everything to the midline of the body. Breathe. If you fall out, get back in. You may have to do that a few times as you challenge yourself with your balance. Good. Left hand grabs the chair again. Release the right foot. Bring the right knee forward. And on an exhale, it releases down. All right, so we'll take triangle pose standing, and then we'll sit back down. So I'm facing the side of the chair, and I'm going to bring my left foot, let's see if I can scoot this back a little bit. I'm going to bring my left foot kind of under the chair, and I'm going to take a medium-sized step back with the right foot. The right hip is drawn forward a little bit, not totally, but we're not also squaring the hips to the front wall. So the right hip is just a little bit drawn forward. We're going to inhale the arms straight out to a T, and we're going to bump the right hip back as we reach the left arm forward along the horizon. And when you can't go any further, the left hand lowers to the seat of the chair, and the right arm goes straight up. So your right palm is facing the same direction as your face, and your neck can be, your gaze can be down at the left hand, forward, or up at the right hand. So we're feeling this in the outer right hip, the right side body, and we're not collapsing into the left shoulder. We're pushing down through the left hand and reaching up through the right fingertips. And breathing. Good. On an exhale, the right hand lowers to meet the left, and we help ourselves back upright. And we'll take triangle on the right side now. So now the right foot comes under the chair, and the left foot steps back to a medium length. The left toes are drawn, they're at almost a 45-degree angle. That left hip's drawn a little bit forward. We inhale the arms to a T. We bump the left hip back as we reach right to with our right fingertips. And then when we can't go any further, the right hand drops and the left hand reaches up to the sky. Remember, the palm is facing the same direction as your face. And your gaze can be down, forward, or up. Legs are straight. We're breathing. Exhale, release the left hand and allow the hands to help bring you back up to standing. And then we'll all just find a seat in our chair. And let's just take 3 rounds of a sun salutation, and then we will settle in for our Shavasana. So we're seated towards the edge of the chair, and we're going to inhale the arms up overhead. On an exhale, we find a forward fold, whatever that looks like for you. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we rise it all the way up. Arms come up by the ears. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale through center, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, arms up by the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders come away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, flat back all the way up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, arms up by the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise it all the way up. And exhale, twist right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale through center, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. And just take a minute. Maybe the heart's beating a little bit faster with that movement. Release the hands. And we're going to take bound angle. So you can do this either with the soles of the feet together on the floor and the knees go wide. This is a perfect expression of this pose. Or if you have another chair or a couch like I do, you can bring this up to the couch. So the soles of the feet are together and the knees are out wide. And maybe we reach back and take our fluff out of the way so you really feel your sit bones rooted to the floor. The spine is long and straight. Option to stay right here, or maybe you find any kind of forward fold over the legs. You can also use your block here again. So this is our cool down. We're just sort of easing ourselves into Shavasana. If you're folded forward, nice and easy, bring yourself back up. And you're welcome to stay in bound angle for Shavasana. If this feels good to you, you can kind of lay back and relax here. Or you can come back to an easy seated position. You can lie down on the floor or a couch or a bed on your back. Or if you're at your desk, you can stack your hands and rest your head on your hands. But just take a minute to wiggle, adjust, shift, take a drink of water, whatever you need to do as we move towards corpse pose, Shavasana, the most important pose in yoga, my opinion anyway. And sometimes it's the most challenging pose for people, because it's hard to be still, to be unproductive, to not be moving right on to our next task. But trust me, this is where the magic happens. So lower your gaze or close your eyes wherever you are in your Shavasana pose. Let everything be soft and heavy. And I am going to read an excerpt from Wherever You Go, There You Are. And it's called Not Practicing is Practicing. Sometimes I like to point out that not doing yoga is the same as doing yoga. Although I hope people don't get the wrong idea and think that I'm saying it's the same whether you practice or not. What I mean is simply that every time you come back to yoga practice, you see the effort of not having done it for a while. So in a way, you learn more by coming back to it than you would by just keeping up. Of course, this is only true if you notice things such as how still your body feels, how hard it is to hold a posture, how impatient the mind becomes, how it resists staying on the breath. These things are really hard not to notice when you're down on the floor holding your knee as you draw your head up toward it. They're much harder to be aware of when it's life itself that we're talking about rather than yoga. But the same principle applies. Yoga and life are different ways of saying the same thing. Forgetting or neglecting to be mindful can teach you a lot more than just being mindful all the time. Fortunately, most of us don't have to worry on that score since our tendencies toward mindlessness are so robust. It's in the coming back to mindfulness that seeing lies. So I invite you to try noticing the difference in how you feel and how you handle stress in periods when you are into the discipline of daily meditation and yoga practice, and in periods of your life when you're not. See if you can become aware of the consequences of your more mindless and automatic behaviors, especially when they're provoked by pressure stemming from work or home life. How do you carry yourself in your body in those periods when you're practicing and when you're not? What happens to your commitment to remember non-doing? How does the lack of regular practice affect your anxiety about time and about achieving certain results? How does it affect your relationships? Where do some of your most mindless patterns come from? What triggers them? Are you ready to hold them in awareness as they grip you by the throat, whether your formal practice is strong this week or not? Can you see that not practicing is an arduous practice? We'll have a couple minutes of silence to meditate on that reading. And just begin to deepen the breath. Invite some small movements to your fingers and to your toes. And then the arms reach up by the ears, the legs reach forward, and we give ourselves a big stretch in both directions. And then relax it all down. If you're on the floor or at your desk, wherever you are, bring yourself back up to an easy seated position. Keeping the gaze lowered or the eyes closed, we press the palms together in front of our heart center as our gesture of closing this sacred time we've made for ourselves today. Call to mind again your intention that you set at the beginning of practice today, inviting that quality to be more present in the coming week. Thank yourself for showing up today. Thank your body for moving in the wonderful ways that it did. My soul honors your soul. I commend the place in you where the Spirit resides. I admire the place in you that is of love, light, truth, and peace, because it's also within me, and in sharing these things we are united. We are one. Namaste. Thank you all. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great one.